What's up everybody? It's Luis here, and in this video, I will be finally doing a rhinoplasty update, as well as, of course, I'm gonna share the different rhinoplasty procedures, support groups that you can join, as well as my surgeon recommendations based in the Philippines. So without further ado, let's start! Let's start with my details first. I had my nose done back in August 2022 by Doc Joyce Regalado of Meraki Aesthetics. So sa Tomas Morato QC sila. This is 130,000 for a virgin rhinoplasty. Gore-Tex rhinoplasty with osteotomy and mesh, and this is 5 mm. Let me give you, nakakaya, but let me give you a close-up of my nose. Yan. So, with my nose kasi, hindi naman to binawasan. Walang alar, kaya wala ring tahi dito. Yung tahi ng nose ko is dito. And even if pinapakita ko siya sa mga friends ko in real life, hindi nila makita na yung scar. Kasi white din yung scar. It's very seamless. And for full transparency, I'll be providing my before and after photos. For my before photos, depende kasi siya sa angle eh. May mga angle na mukha naman talaga matangos din yung nose ko. May mga ibang angle na not so much and everything. But yeah, you can see here, my before and after. Since almost 3 years na tong nose ko, wala nang restriction talaga. I can do anything na rin, sabi ni Doc. So, pwede na akong matulog ng naka-side. Kung gusto ko magpa-massage, okay na yung nakadapa. Pwede na rin ako mag-cliff diving, skydiving, kung ano mang trip ko sa life. Kasi yun nga, stable na. Stable na ang ating ilong. And of course, I still take care of it naman. Yes, I'm very happy naman din with my nose. I will be sharing sa inyo. Ito, okay, naka-makeup ako. Pero hindi ko nilagyan ng contour yung nose ko para makita nyo. Now, let me discuss the different types of rhinoplasty. Meron tayong rib, Gore-Tex, and silicone. As I mentioned earlier, I had Gore-Tex rhinoplasty, but just to give you guys idea ano yung differences ng tatlo, ito na nga. Rib rhinoplasty is 100% biological, no foreign object. Wala nang ibang foreign implant kasi sa rib mo mismo kukunin. And rib rhinoplasty is often called the gold standard for Asian rhinoplasty and revision cases. So yung pros nito, number 1, ayan, most natural look and feel, as well as lowest risk of rejection dahil nga walang foreign object eh. Usually, nagkakaroon ng rejection kapag ayaw tanggapin ng katawan mo yung any foreign. Rib rhinoplasty is also best for major nose reconstruction, as well as this is ideal for revision rhinoplasty. However, yung cons naman nito would be sobrang mahal ng rib rhinoplasty. The usual rate of rhinoplasty nowadays would be for virgin noses, mga 100,000 more or less. Pero pag rib, 400 to 500,000 yung kailangan mong itabi for that. Isa pang con nito would be longer surgery and recovery kasi syempre, hindi lang face mo yung nagalaw eh, pati yung katawan mo. So, dalawa rin yung scars mo. Yung cons din dito is not a lot of doctors or surgeons practice this. So, you have to be very careful sa pipiliin mong doktor para hindi mag-fail. Kasi again, dala-dalawa yan. Pwedeng yung kuha sa rib mo, okay naman yung surgery, pero nung nilipat na dito, hindi. Yun, ganun siya. Next naman would be Gore-Tex, which is what I had done. Gore-Tex naman is a soft synthetic implant. This is softer than silicone. Yung Gore-Tex mo, eventually, i-absorb na siya ng tissues mo. Pag hindi siya na-reject, then it will feel like it's part of your body already. So, Gore-Tex rhinoplasty naman is popular in Korea and Japan for that subtle, natural look or feel. Pros naman ito is, again, it's very natural feel, softer than silicone, doesn't move easily. Ayan, kita nyo, stable talaga siya kasi nga may tissues attached din, kaya nakaka-adds ng stability. Next is lower chance of visible edges. And then next is good for moderate augmentation. Again, if hindi mo naman gusto ng parang pageant nose or yung parang nag-ibang lahi ka na, ganyan. Yung subtle lang na parang pack pa din, go for Gore-Tex. Ang cons nito would be, yun lang, it would be hard to remove kasi nga may tissues attached. So, pagka nagkaroon ng rejection or gusto mo ng revision rhinoplasty, medyo mahirap siya and it could be pricier then for you. Another con would be slight infection risk, and once removed, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin ulit yung Gore-Tex implant mo. The last one would be silicone rhinoplasty. So, ito yung most popular talaga before. Silicone rhinoplasty is a pre-shaped, medical-grade, solid silicone implant. So, yung foreign material ng implant mo, nagsiseparate siya sa tissues. This is the most common starter rhinoplasty in Southeast Asia. The pros nito would be number 1, short surgery time. Second, most affordable. You can get silicone rhinoplasty even up to now na 2026 ng less than 100,000. May mga ganun pa rin doctors. Next would be easy to remove or replace. So for example, yung first silicone rhinoplasty mo, medyo nabababaan ka, then it's easier to have a revision for that. Kung gusto mo na mas mataas or different na yung aesthetic goals mo, go for silicone rhinoplasty. And usually, silicone din yung ginagamit ng mga nagpa-pageant, ganyan, kasi pack na pack talaga siya. Ang con naman nito would be, out of the 3, ito yung may highest long-term infection risk. Because again, hindi siya ina-absorb ng tissue mo eh. So, it will always be a foreign object sa body mo. But of course, it doesn't mean naman na laging marireject yun ng katawan mo. Iba pa rin naman tayo ng katawan. Next con would be, it can look too fake if it's not done correctly or if it's done too high. And then another thing would be may shift over the years. Again, since walang tissues attached into it, hindi siya kasing stable ng Gore-Tex and ng rib. Ngayon, i-discuss ko naman yung different procedures ng parts of rhinoplasty. Sorry, hindi ko alam paano siya i-describe, pero yung mga alarplasty, ganon, para magka-idea rin kayo, ano ba yung mga yon? May iba kasi hindi naman full-blown rhinoplasty yung gagawin nila. Minsan gusto nila define tip lang or bridge lang ayusin or ito lang alar. So pag sinabing alarplasty, nostril reduction siya. Ako, I didn't get alarplasty. I wanted to, pero sabi ni Doc noon, no need. Nilagyan niya na lang to ng alar lift. So yun, instead of reduction, lift na lang siya. Next naman would be osteotomy. So yung osteotomy, nasal bone cutting. Ginawa siya sa akin, and it's because medyo matakas na rin kasing natural nose ko. It's either 3mm or 5mm kasi. Pag 3mm, hindi ko na kailangan ng osteotomy, pero I wanted to go 5mm. So, para maging perfectly fit sa ilong ko, yung 5mm, kailangan siyang i-reconstruct yung nose mo here para ma-place perfectly yung implant based sa lagayan ng nose mo. Ganon. Next naman would be tipplasty, and from the word itself, tip. So, ito yung tip ko rin pala, guys. Galing siya sa ear cartilage ko. I think dito sa left. Yan. Pagka tipplasty, ang recommended talaga dyan would be yung ear cartilage din para hindi na foreign object. Next naman would be septoplasty, or ito yung septum correction. So, pag nahihirapan ka sa breathing or crooked yung nose mo, alam mo yung medyo tabingi, ganyan. Or isa lang yung nakakahinga ka, ganon. Usually yun, deviated septum. Pagka ganon, mas mahal yung rhinoplasty mo kahit virgin yung nose mo. Because again, syempre, it takes more skills and expertise to fix that. Next naman would be mesh. So, ito with mesh din pala to. So, mesh is another layer of support. And since, ayun nga, mataas yung pinili kong bridge, and nagkaroon pa ng osteotomy, ganyan. Then, para mas ma-help siya, parang ano ka, may internal bra for your nose. Ganon. So, yun, yung mesh. Nagpalagay din ako ng mesh para may extra support lang. Because, of course, gravity is not always our best friend. Mesh kasi, perfect siya for pag-thin din yung skin mo. I will be providing another cheat sheet above in a nutshell. Can pause if you want. For the support groups naman, these are all on Facebook. And dito rin ako nag-research talaga. During my time, wala akong kilalang nagpa-rhino, so I had to do my own research. And ito yung mga groups na nakatulong talaga sa akin. First one would be Rhinoplasty Diary Manila RDM. Second would be Original Rhinoplasty Support Group Philippines. Next is Retoke 101. And lastly is Plastic Surgery and Vanity Philippines. So, dyan, i-search nyo lang yung mga different doctors. May mga nag-share din dyan ng itsura ng noses nila before and after. Para magkaroon kayo ng idea ano yung goal nyo for your own aesthetic. And finally, ito na yung pinakahihintay ng lahat, aka my 2 viewers. Charing. Ang aking surgeon recommendations based in the Philippines. Disclaimer lang, ang tagal ko na kasing gustong gumawa talaga ng rhinoplasty update kasi mas updated pa yung alam ko nun sa mga sikat na doctor and everything, but it's been 3 years, pasensya na. Ang daming nangyaring side quest, kaya hindi ko siya nagawa. Pero ito, nag-research pa rin ako last night, and yung mga alam ko pa rin na doctors na pwede kong ma-reco sa inyo. And sasabihin ko naman sa inyo yung why you should go for them or depende siya sa aesthetic goals nyo. Let's start with my doctor. So my doctor again is Doc Joyce Regalado of Meraki Aesthetic. And other people were asking me, si Doc Joyce ba yung first choice mo? Actually, no. My first choice would be si Doc Nato. Pero ang hirap kasi magpasked sa kanya during that time. So si Doc Nato, meron kasi siyang clinic sa Belo, meron din siyang sariling clinic in Makati. I think mas mahal yung rhino niya sa Belo. I think pag sa Belo kasi pwedeng installment. Again, I'm not sure, but you can check, guys. So, kaya ko sila napili kasi ENT doctor din sila. So, not every rhinoplasty surgeon kasi is also an ENT doctor. Ear, nose, throat yung ENT. Added layer of training lang din na they know more about anatomy. Kaya, oftentimes, conservative lang din yung mga rhinoplasty nila. Kahit mag-ano ka na, Doc, gusto ko ng parang Pinocchio, sobrang haba. Hindi. I-humble ka ng mga doctor mo na, no, based on your anatomy, ito lang yung kaya. Ganon. And oftentimes din, yung mga may problema sa breathing, yung may mga deviated septum, sa mga ENT surgeons din sila pumupunta. Ako kasi, I really want a natural, subtle look lang na pag nakita mo yung before and after photos ko, makikilala mo pa rin ako. No shade naman sa hindi mo talaga makilala yung before and after nila. Yun yung hinanap ko mga doctors, ENT doctors. And since walang available slot noon kay Doc Nato, naghanap ako ng ibang ENT doctor na pwede. And napunta ako kay Doc Joyce. And alam nyo ba guys, si Doc Joyce, kay Doc Joyce lang ako nagpa-consult. And yung consultation ko is same day ng surgery ko. Yes, ganun ako katapang. And ano rin kasi kapag same day yung consultation and surgery mo, wave na yung consultation fee mo. Wow, nagtipid ng 1,000, no? Pero yeah, I was that sure na I wanted to do this and okay na ako with Doc Joyce. Yung top 2 ko, Doc Joyce and Doc Nato. Yung iba namang mga gusto kong doctor, next would be, kung hindi ako nag-Nato or Regalado, ang next ko talagang option would be si Doc Edwin Del Rosario. So, si Doc Edwin naman, more on, I would say, Barbie noses yung expertise niya. Maraming mga nagsasabi sa support groups na if you want yung mga noses na gawa sa Turkey, gets yung mga ganong vibe, Del Rosario daw. So, pwede nyo naman i-check yung mga patients niya if aligned yun sa gusto nyo aesthetic goals. The next naman, ayan, si Doc De Leon din. Okay din si Doc De Leon. Ngayon, hindi ko to kilalang doktor nung time na nagpa-rhino ako. Pero ang dami ko nakikitang review now na recommended si Doc Mark C. and Doc Richard Enrique. So, i-check nyo na lang yon. Yung iba pang mga sikat na doktor during my time, up to now, would be si Dr. Ordelio. Si Dr. Ordelio, kilala siya sa tinatawag na parang diamond tip. So, kinonsider ko rin siya. I think during my time, Ordelio and Regalado yung may available schedule kasi na gusto ko. Kaso, ako lang to, nung nakikita ko si ibang mga ni Doc, parang hindi ko gusto yung sobrang mas look. I think ano naman yun, depende naman din yun sa, baka request din kasi ng patient. But upon checking the other photos kasi ng ibang patient, hindi ko lang vibe. Yun lang naman. Not trash talking them or anything. Hindi ko lang vibe yung parang too much slope for me. Ganon. And then, si Laho and si Lacson. Kay Doc Lacson, friend kasi akong Lacson, tas ang ganda ng nose niya eh. Pero i-check nyo rin kasi may mga bad reviews din or bad experiences yung iba. So, i-check nyo na lang din if okay kayo doon. But oftentimes kasi with Lacson and Laho, they are in the more affordable price range for rhinoplasty. So, you can check that. And the last few people na I will say would be si Doc Edward Yap of Belo and si Dr. Henry Claraval. So, si Doc Henry, ano rin siya more on natural look din. Alam ko during my time, ano na siya pricier na compared to regalado, and yung mga iba kong doctor na ano nun. So, I think ngayon, baka mas mahal siya. But i-check nyo pa rin, baka vibe nyo si Doc. So, that's it! Again, this video is long overdue. Pasensya na guys, sobrang tagal yung update. Umabot ng years. Ang dami kasing nangyari. Pero I will do my best moving forward to be more active as a content creator here sa YouTube. So yes, if you have any questions, feel free to comment it below and I will do my best to answer them. My final disclaimer lang then would be, whatever you decide to do with your body, it is your choice. I have full respect on that. And this video is not to encourage anyone to change anything about themselves. Kasi it's important to love what you look like before and after. So, not saying na, you will be more beautiful if you have this done or this. No. Because at the end of the day, it's still about how much you love yourself. I just don't want you guys na ma-connect nyo yung worth nyo sa gaano ba kaganda yung nose ko, yung cheeks ko, ganyan. So, I hope okay kayo and whatever makes you feel confident, go ahead. And I hope this video helped you. So, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share nyo na, lahat na. Thank you guys and see you in my next video. Bye!